only thing that England's missing at the moment is that fairy tale ending. They give us the highs, they give us the lows, but man, they just haven't won anything. You know what? I've got no interest in a headline. All my energy is on other things at the moment. I'm building a YouTube channel, which is only positive. You tell me what the benefit is of me voicing my opinion on who should coach Indian cricket. Tell me what the benefit is. If you give me a good enough reason for me to talk about Gambhir, then I'll contemplate talking about Gambhir. I've been blamed for many things, and if people want to blame me for negotiating a very good contract, let them blame me. Abhishek Porel, so talented, so talented, and I just love working with the youngsters and spending time with them in the nets.
All right, hello, welcome back to Three Drinks Later / Cricket Luminaries. If you've not followed the show, we've done a lot of interviews in the past with a lot of cricketers. Robin Uthappa has come multiple times because he's a sweet, cute guy. Today I have a special guest with me. If you've reached here, you've already seen the thumbnail, so you know who I'm talking about. I used to love watching Kevin against, especially in the Ashes, that first series that he played, that legendary series that he played. And today we had the opportunity to talk to him very briefly about the Ashes. But Kevin is a smart man. He steers clear of all controversy. As you will see in this episode, it's going to be an exciting one. Also follow me everywhere. I'm on Instagram, on Twitter, and anything. And if you'd like to get in touch with sponsorship for the show, the email is right there in the description as well. And again, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you enjoy this episode. All right, podcasts are back. We are back once again. Welcome to Cricket Luminaries or Three Drinks Later, whatever you want to call it. It's your choice. Today we have a big one. One of the legends of the game. He is known for his fantastic Ashes debut as currently the Mr. Beast of YouTube cricket, which is different from The Beast, who's Michael Bracewell. But most Indians, of course, know him as MS Dhoni's first test wicket, almost. We have with us Mr. Kevin Pietersen. Hi, Kevin. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Big fan. Been enjoying your switch hit. If those of you watching haven't checked it out, fantastic YouTube channel.
Yeah, listen, it's a lot of hard work. I didn't think that one day I'd be a YouTuber, but I'm quite glad that I am, because I'm able to show off players in a different light. And being an athlete-led channel, you do get a lot more from the players, because I don't drive agendas. I don't go with a story. I go there to show off the best of the athlete. And so far, we've been so lucky. Goodness me, the numbers are unbelievable.
Well, before, I think I was doing some research. The most watched video of yours on YouTube before this was about 14 million. And I think Switch Hit is already in the 3rd and 4th position. So it's catching up.
Yeah, we're catching up.
And also, I don't think anybody ever intends to be a YouTuber. It just happens. And you're like, why are we doing this with ourselves now?
Exactly.
But
Hey, linear TV, the last man standing on linear TV is live sport. So
yeah.
no, and my kids don't watch TV. They might watch sport, but that's it. It's a Netflix, it's YouTube, Apple TV. They don't watch normal TV anymore. No child does. Not many.
Yeah,
Nor do we, actually.
Yeah, we don't. And also it's 3 screens at a time. I'm listening to a podcast while playing a game and watching the Ashes. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I have to tell you that you did torture poor KL Rahul in Switch Hit. The guy has played 5 test matches, and you put him on the greenest pitch, like it's greener than Amsterdam, and told him, hey, score 150 balls. And I'm like, leave our KL alone. He did it.
He did it. He did it. He did it. The star. He's a beauty. He's a star. I love him.
Oh, he's fantastic. We'll get into We'll talk briefly about IPL. We have to talk about the Ashes as well. Honestly, KP, I don't know about you, but I thought I'll wake up this morning to see that England is 140 all out, and Australia is 86 for 1, and the Ashes are done in 3 days. But you can never predict this England side and write them off.
No, you can't. It's the way that they play. They'll have good days. They'll have many bad days. But I think that they just like the fact that they're out there to entertain. I think that's what their USP is, entertainment. And entertainment is either good or it's bad. You watch a good movie, good things happen in the hour and a half, bad things happen in that hour and a half. And then sometimes, more often than not, you get a fairy tale ending. The only thing that England's missing at the moment is that fairy tale ending. They give us the highs, they give us the lows. But man, they just haven't won anything. And that's, I think, what a lot of England fans and a lot of ex-players are questioning.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Crawley played his 1 in 5 innings knock today, which was great, which he tends to do a lot. I think, even though I like the guy. What about this Joe Root 100? Because there's a threat from Matthew Hayden that he's going to become naked and go through the MCG, sorry. And that's a massive threat to loom over Joe Root. So do you think there's a temptation for him to just listen on 99? I'm just going to declare myself just to make sure that Hayden does the walk.
Oh, mate, I don't know. I've not seen any of that. Got no idea.
No idea. Okay, great. Let's talk about your Ashes debut because I still remember you striding out to the field and scoring 250s on debut in the Ashes. Fantastic Ashes. I want to know about this because I think you are one of the players who I remember just striding out to the middle and all the attention was on you. It was you, there was Hayden, there's a few others, obviously Sachin and all. So was that an intentional thing to walk out with like as much confidence as you can, or it just came naturally to you?
I just did what I needed to do. I was there to work hard. I was there to play hard, and that's what I did. I prepared in a way my whole career to be successful on any particular day, and I certainly failed on many an occasion, but I kept trusting my preparation. So I didn't walk in a particular way. I didn't stride in a particular way. I mentally knew that I gave myself the best chance to succeed because all my preparation for every single game that I played for England was 100%.
Fantastic. I love that one of my favorite Ashes moments was in 2011 when I think a review gave you not out and then you turned to Ponting and said, I hit it. Thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoyed the trolling. Fantastic.
that really annoyed him.
Listen, I think we are aligned on enjoying Australians being annoyed. By the way, that's a fun one. But we also need views on this episode, so let's talk about Indian cricket. KP, you're a smart man, as we know, because recently you said that India gave me its heart first, so I gave it mine. Leaning into Indians and our massive population, which we really appreciate. Let's talk about Indian cricket for a second. I don't know how much of the test matches at all are you following, but we might have the worst home record we've had in probably 40 years. What do you think is going wrong? Are you following it at all or no?
I follow the results. I mean, I'm so busy at the moment. I don't have time actually to sit and watch cricket, but I follow results and I see things that get said. I don't believe most of the stuff that I read in media, and I also don't believe the stuff that I see on social media. There's just so much out there that you just got to try and filter as much as you can. But I certainly do have my opinions on things. And I said that the other day on Twitter, where I said that I am reading and seeing stuff about Rohit and Virat potentially coming back into the test arena. And I think when you've got a game that's struggling as much as test cricket, and so many conversations are about what are we going to do with test cricket? How are we going to do that? How are we going to make it survive? Who is this? Well, one way to really do give it a boost is for the biggest players in the world and with the biggest brands to be playing that particular form of the game. So I said the other day that if those guys are available or 50% available, you play them 50% of the time. Play them in the big series. Play them. Let them pick and choose what they want to do because it'll be great for the game. Best players playing the biggest form of the game. I was lucky enough to play over 100 test matches. It is my favorite form of the game because it tested me mentally, physically, emotionally. And so if we can keep some sort of survival, we need to keep that survival, and to keep that survival, the biggest players need to play. So yes, the question around India is probably a little bit more of a holistic one in terms of if your best players are available, your biggest brands, play them, man, play them.
Fully aligned on, especially Kohli. I mean, I know you don't want to get into I like one of your quotes in one of the recent podcasts where you said, listen, I'm not getting into all this bullshit about talking about which ex-cricketer said what about the Ashes because it's absolutely pointless.
I mean, you know what? I've got no interest in a headline saying giving predictions and all of that nonsense. All my energy is on other things at the moment. I'm building a YouTube channel, which is only positive, and it is player first. And so that's where my focus is now. I've got no interest in creating headlines.
I mean, it's a fun channel. I have an idea because it's Switch It is essentially about cricketers doing challenges. So I want to propose a challenge for you, which is a West Indies cricketer, and they have to choose between the IPL or country contract. I think might be a tough one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, just to belabor the point about Indian cricket for a second, I know. I mean, let's not get into like name calling anybody or anything like that, obviously. But AB de Villiers said that Gautam Gambhir seems like an emotional coach, and that's necessarily not a good thing. I don't know if you've had any interactions with Gambhir in the past, and or just generally insights into coaching, especially for a test match.
You tell me what the benefit is of me voicing my opinion on who should
Correct.
coach Indian cricket. Tell me what the benefit is. If you give me a good enough reason for me to talk about Gambhir, then I'll contemplate talking about Gambhir.
Listen, I wish this is the attitude that most of us had as well, which is like
Yeah,
I've
but
put out so many
you guys
videos about
want
Gambhir. Yeah.
you guys want headlines, right? I don't need headlines. You guys want headlines. You
Yeah.
guys want players and people to say stuff because you want to drive narratives. I don't need to drive a narrative. I don't want to drive a narrative. I'm very happy and peaceful because there'll be people that'll disagree and there'll be people that agree. And I've lived a life where people disagree and people agree all day, every day with everything I say. So, like, I'm in a pretty cool space at the moment. Why do I want to go and voice my opinion on Gambhir? I don't. I don't need to. Pick Virat, pick Rohit. Let the greatest form of our game survive for the longest with the best players playing. Be happy, be peaceful.
Oh, I like the answer. And by the way, as I'm an Indian comedian, I want to be as far from the headlines as possible. Because when we are in the headlines, it's never a good thing. So I'm on board with that. I don't want any headlines. I just want some views and I'm happy. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of views if I voice my opinion on Gambhir.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. Let's come to something more fun, which is that let's come to your career. Your career has been shaped, or I would say maybe defined by two wands. One is Shane and one is Michael. I really enjoy Michael Vaughan on social media, especially his stuff with Wasim Jafar. I don't know if you follow that. But I think one of the things that you said when you were asked about the Ashes, you said that you felt more pressure walking in to play against South Africa with 60,000 people screaming there.
Yes. Yes.
And I'd love to know what that feels like, but 60,000 people are just like against you, I guess, and how you dealt with that. And I think Michael Vaughan also said something to help you there.
Right, let me try and put this into your way of thinking. There is a hatred between South Africa and England. Fierce rivals, right? Fierce rivals. You can see that on the rugby field. Not so much in cricket, but you can see it in the rugby field. It's just a fierce rivalry. So I lived in a country, I brought up in a country, I then went to the fierce rival and played for that country. It's like you going to go and do a show in Lahore. How do you reckon that'll go down?
I doubt I'll get the visa also in the first place. First of all. And I doubt I'll even apply.
Yeah.
I mean, both those two things.
If you got a visa, how do you reckon it would go down? It wouldn't go down well, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I had to endure. I had to go back to South Africa to play for England in a country that they hated, and put up with the abuse for about 6 weeks. You think emotionally how difficult that was.
I can imagine.
So that's why I say, when I played against Australia, easy.
Yeah. I think that reel of yours has gone viral, and I went through the records where you said Mitchell Johnson didn't intimidate you as much, and I'm like, I'm going to prove this guy wrong. And I went through the stats, and I think he dismissed you twice in the whole series, or once maybe, I think, yeah.
Yeah, bro, that was nothing. Nothing in my career was as difficult as what I had to endure against South Africa in South Africa. Nothing, not even close.
Wow. So KP, you have a lot of investments across the board. So do you want to talk about some of the investments that you have in India?
Yeah, so I mean, whiskey is obviously the reason why we're here talking. Whiskey is quite an enjoyable drink on your shores. It's an enjoyable drink around the world, and a lot of celebrity have gone into these types of investments because they can see that there are rewards. And I just think that my whole life has been about being quirky, about being different. And so what we wanted to do with Dram is we wanted to bottle it and manufacture it in Scotland, bring it to the shores of India, and be very competitive in the market. We launched it last year, and we've had a wonderful 12 months, 12, 13, 14 months now. We've gone from state to state, and it's been received very, very well. With my standing in India, I saw it as a wonderful opportunity to bring something to India. And then I've got the most incredible team that are based in India that have got decades of manpower and visibility in India, throughout India, in every single state. And when you've got that manpower in the country and you've got wonderful partners, then it gives you the opportunity to be successful. It'd be too difficult for me to just do everything from London. So whenever I visit India, I see the guys. I'm due to come back now, beginning of February, to do a bit of a tour of the product, and it's something that I really look forward to. I mean, I love coming to India. That is just something that I absolutely love. I've said that for a number of years now. I love it. Like, it's one of my most favorite places. And anybody who, I mean, I was in Qatar this weekend for the Formula One, and somebody asked me about India, and I said, if you've not been to India, go. Just go. It is one of the greatest countries on the planet now. There's just, you get everything, you have everything, and the level of service is like nothing else anywhere on the planet. So, like, I'm just a great ambassador of the country, and it's something that I love, because it's that connection that I have with India.
Fantastic. So, by the way, there's a lot of cricketers getting into the space. There's Adam Gilchrist with his tequila. There is Ricky Ponting with his wine, and there's you with Dram whiskey. So, I mean, I think yours is the only one which is actually targeting India, I guess.
Well, we're India at the moment. I'm sure we'll go to other pastures, newer pastures over the next couple of years. But I think the focus has to be on one thing to start off with. Like, get your forward defense right. If you can defend the ball, then you can start hitting the ball through the covers. And we're just getting our forward defense right. And we've got so much brilliance in our team in India that we just really want to target. And I mean, it's the second biggest, or it's the biggest whiskey drinking market in the world. And so we have a product that's bottled and manufactured in Scotland. We bring it into India, and we sell it at competitive prices. And the liquid is beautiful. I mean, I drink it. It's amazing. It's really, really good. It's competitive. Pricing is fantastic. And so I think the results are proving that the consumer likes it as well.
Fantastic. Much luck with that. I'll do one last question, since obviously you have a lot to do today.
Lots.
So this is, yeah, you have, for those who don't know, KP has, I think, 17 interviews lined up today, and this is the first one. So I'm trying to be as light on him as possible.
Yeah, and then I got to fly to America, and I've just got back from Qatar.
Oh shit, dude. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, so this is the last question, okay? Let's talk about the IPL for a second, where I think you famously said that you were the mentor of Delhi Capitals, and you famously said, what does a mentor do? Nobody knows, right? Now, I have a stack that I want to run past you. Delhi Capitals had won 4 matches and 4 at a win percentage of 100. And then after that, they won 3 out of 10. And in the midst of that, there was a trip to the Maldives that you did. Do you think your trip to the Maldives caused the Delhi Capitals their momentum? Can we blame you for this? No.
Like,
you just woke up there, you're like, this guy.
I've been blamed for many things. And if people want to blame me for negotiating a very good contract, let them blame me. If it's my fault that a bowler bowls a bad ball, or someone doesn't take a catch, or somebody hits the ball up in the air and gets out, no problem. Blame me. What does it matter? You're not gonna change my life.
Okay, last before you leave, Delhi Capitals. I mean, you work very closely with them, and you spoke a lot about like a lot of the cricketers. Who do you think this year who's been retained? Who are you looking forward to seeing?
I'm glad that they retained Stubbs.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, because there was a lot of talk about getting rid of Stubbs, and I'm glad that they retained Stubbs. I like that KL is there, and he'll be front and center. I hope that they buy a real good opener with him. I'm glad that Stark is still around. Ashutosh, I think we saw the best of Samir Rizvi in that last game in Jaipur.
Yeah.
I loved him I was like, how do we get this guy in the team? I hope that Samir plays most of the season next season and we see the best of Samir. And then also Abhishek Porel. So talented. So talented. And I just loved working with the youngsters and spending time with them in the nets. Just all round, just great guys. To be able to be back in that dressing room and spend so much time with those guys, I loved it.
Fantastic. Superb. KP, I'll leave you at that. I know you have a long day ahead. Thanks a lot for your time. Really appreciate it. And much luck with all the investments and everything else. And thanks for your time. Have a great day.
Pleasure, my man. Nice to see you.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
See you, brother.
Bye. Thanks. That was a short one with Kevin Pietersen, who was in the middle of about 68 interviews in a day. So I didn't want to take too much time of his, but it was fun all the same. Anyway, if you liked it, please do check out these other videos popping up somewhere out here and see future stuff. And now that we figured out the online, we're going to be back with more podcasts, friends. Finally, it's going to happen. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Love you all. Marry me. Goodbye.